Hey everyone, welcome back to ModBargains and Mod Auto for another episode of Know Your Mods. I'm your host Mike Brown, co-founder and CEO. Today I'm here to talk to you about the new Evolve Continental tire. This is the Continental ExtremeContact DWS06. Featuring extended tread life and stronger sidewalls, we're going to talk about all the benefits of this amazing tire today. So what is an ultra high performance all season tire? This is a tire that is designed to work for all seasons of the year, hence the name. Essentially, this is a high performance summer tire, but with the addition of the ability to handle mud and snow and slush. So it's got some unique characteristics to it that we're going to talk about that basically allow it to handle light snow, medium snow, and even a little bit of that slushy, slippery type of environment. Because it has to last all season, it needs to also have long tread life. So if you're in a non-staggered setup, it can rotate the tires all the way around. These can last up to 50,000 miles. If you're in a setup where you need to run staggered and you can't do a full rotation, expect around 25,000 miles of tread life, which is really, really good. And of course, this is all pending that your car is properly aligned, so you're getting equal tread wear throughout the tire, and you're not like, running camber and wearing out inner sidewalls or anything like that. I did mention alignment. One of the really cool things about this tire is that it actually has markers on the tire that can indicate if your car is out of alignment. That's something you don't hear very often coming from a tire. Normally you need to get your car on the alignment rack to actually detect that, or give it a really, really good visual inspection. And oftentimes the visual indicators of improper alignment come far too late for you to really do anything to save the life of that tire. It's often too late. You've already worn out the inner sidewall and you need to get new tires because it's completely shot and the cords are showing. So on this tire, Continental actually debuted the Sport Plus technology. This is a new tread feature suite, really. It has a bunch of different new features that we're gonna walk through. And it's really setting this tire apart from all of the other tires in the ultra high performance all season category. This tire is extremely impressive. It's something that I would run on my own personal car, especially if I was in the conditions where I needed to be running through, the treacherous snow conditions or anything like that. This tire, the D, the W, and the S have a lot of meaning behind it. The D stands for dry, the W stands for wet, and the S stands for snow. Now they've taken that and they've actually designed it onto the tread pattern where literally I'm looking at this tire and I can see the D, the W, and the S on separate tread blocks. Those have different depths that actually will wear at different rates to tell you with a visual inspection of the tire if you are still safe for all three of those conditions. The snow is going to wear down first, the wet's going to wear down second, and the dry is going to be the last thing to go on this tire. So if you run it through multiple seasons over that 25,000 to 50,000 mile tread life, you can actually look at your tire as you're entering the next snow season, make sure that S is still there on the tire. That means that you're good to go, and you probably want to do regular inspections throughout the season to make sure that you've still got that proper traction for when the next snowstorm hits. All right, so let's break it down letter by letter. The D. Dry. What are the main features there? So this tire has chamfered edges on each of the traction blocks. What's a chamfered edge? I actually kind of looked that up myself. Chamfered edge is basically like, imagine a granite countertop. Some countertops come across straight and then go straight down. That would be like not chamfered. Chamfered would be where it kind of is rounded on the edge, or at least has some sort of an angle to it. Why is that a benefit on a tire, especially for dry traction? That means that as the car goes through a corner and rolls, if you think about it, you're gonna have more surface area exposed to the road if it has some sort of a chamfered edge to it. You're gonna need that chamfered edge on the dry traction to have the best tread life. It also has a 35% stronger sidewall than the previous generation, which helps as the car rolls. The sidewall is gonna have a little bit more consistency to it. And also it's a protection against blowouts from any sort of road hazard that comes into contact. When you've got that stronger sidewall, you're gonna have a little bit more protection and reduce the probability of having any sort of problem on the road. All right, on to the W. So what is the wet traction features of the Continental DWS06 Ultra High Performance All Season tire? On this tire, we have what's called X-Sipe technology. That is a crisscross groove technology that is designed to cut through rain, puddles, standing water, whatever wet conditions you can throw at this tire, it's gonna handle it. It's gonna put down the traction to the ground and keep you safe as compared to your ultra high performance, summer tires. So that's why this tire right here has the tire tread to basically put the traction of your car down to the ground, even in wet conditions. All right, On to the S of the DWS. So this is for snow, slush, but mainly for snow conditions. The Continental DWS06 has a 3D traction groove technology on it. Now what is that? It's basically right here in the deepest channel of the tire. It's got these little notches, is the best way that I can describe how they feel, which are specifically designed to take on snow and basically not lose traction as the tire is rotating through it. It kicks it out of the way and allows you to continue to have rubber to pavement, and that's how you maintain control of the vehicle. Now I live in Southern California. ModBargains and Mod Auto are right here in Orange County, California. So why would I run this tire on any of my cars? So let's say that occasionally I went up to the mountains. You know, in the past I've had like season passes to go to Mountain High and go snowboarding. And there were days where I wouldn't go because it was expected to snow, and the tires that were on my BMW at the time, I knew I couldn't necessarily be safe in those, and I didn't want to have chains and go through all that hassle. So this tire, if I had it on the car, I could confidently go up there and get up and down the mountain with no problems. So don't be concerned about this or think that you're getting a tire that's not useful for your car if you live in conditions like Southern California. And obviously if you're, you know, in the Northeast or the Midwest where you're getting snow on a regular basis, you're very familiar with this type of tire, and we are, you know, a national company here. We do ship wheel and tire packages out around the country, which is why we keep the Continental DWS06 in stock in our warehouses to fill a lot of those national orders. But we do get orders from this tire even from our local clientele, especially if they have, you know, Big Bear or Wrightwood type of locations. They will specifically ask for a tire in this category. Many of you out there might have run flat tires in your car from the factory. So, you know, why would you switch to a tire that is not a run flat? This tire does not come as a run flat technology. The only thing that run flat tires are better at than a standard tire like this Continental is basically running flat. So how often have you had a flat tire in your life? You might weigh the pros and cons of that. I personally have not had that many flat tires, and when I did, I was able to get to safety and either put a spare on it, or if I didn't have a spare on that particular car, I was able to get AAA to come pick me up, or roadside assistance, or any of those various means. So if you want to have better traction, better tread life, lower road noise, better road feel, and overall cornering ability, that's where a tire like the Continental ExtremeContact DWS06 all-season tire, that's a mouthful, that's where that tire comes into play as being better than the stock run flats that might be on your car right now. All right, so we covered all of the benefits of the Continental ExtremeContact DWS06 ultra high performance all season tire. Keep in mind that the D, the W, and the S represent dry, wet, and snow. So if that's what you need from a tire, give us a call here at ModBargains. We can add the DWS06 to any of the wheel packages that we have here in our warehouse, in stock, at our location. If you're local to us, we can actually install these on your car for you as well. So we're here to help. We're car enthusiasts just like you. We run these on our own personal cars. We stock them in our warehouse. So if you're looking for a trusted source for you to buy Continentals from, we'd be happy to help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on educational content like this about modifications for your vehicle. Also connect with us on all the social media channels, including Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, our blog, so you can stay in touch with what we're trying to do over here at ModBargains, which is to share our expertise, experience, and enthusiasm with you so you can make smart buying decisions as you modify your own personal car. We're here, we're happy to help. Subscribe to us, follow us, and we'll stay in touch with you.